Hello. Hi, Hyra family. What's up? It's been a hot minute. As you can probably tell, I'm feeling over the weather, and that's why that door is open to just bring the coolness through. It's usually shut, but it's open today. And this thing is pretty warm, but I also get the chill sometimes. Oof. My throat is starting to hurt. Oof. I haven't been doing a whole lot of talking in the past few days. Oof. And if I laugh, then my chest starts to hurt. I think these cold nights followed by hot days and like a month of getting garbage sleep, not really eating right, not hydrating basically at all. Like it's all catching up to me now that I've had an extra long weekend. But I'm doing the modern thing by taking a bunch of over the counter medications just to get through it. But anyway, I had a dream last night. I might like cough or like have to blow my nose or whatever. So, Eve, hello. Hi. Yeah. I was about to go live today, and I was thinking today was the 4th. And then I looked at the calendar and it said the 5th. I was like, oh, snap, I missed Eve's birthday yesterday. I was probably up for a total of maybe like 5 hours yesterday. So from AM to PM. But I hope you're doing well today. I'm going to pull some Star Dragons. I'm actually going to see if there's a spring. I had a dream last night. The one thing that I love about tarot is that it has become a language through which spirit question mark, the universe question mark, can communicate with me through dreams. Because sometimes, like, it hasn't happened in a minute. It's fine. It's my own fault. But at my new work, sick time is different than like vacation time. So I think I'm gonna take some sick time tomorrow. Um, yeah, it hasn't happened in a minute, but sometimes like I'll just get flashes of cards in dreams or whatever. And last night, oh, hold up. Yep, there went the first one. It seems like it's all just like draining today. Well, it's been draining. So, but last night I had a dream, and I don't remember fully what prompted it, but it was like a 3 card spread, and the first card was like, do we even see it or would we even recognize it? And the moon card came out. So when I was reading it, I was like, okay, so this is one of those like those who know, those who don't know types of things, I guess. And then I think the second card was supposed to be like, what do we do with it or something like that? And all I remember is like a whole bunch of cards came out. So I started reading them in pairs. And the last pair that I saw was the Three of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. There were a few pairs before that, but I don't really remember what they were. And I don't remember any of the cards after that. And I don't remember what the third card spot was, but it was like a Three of Swords and it said going up or something like that. And so, man, I should have. See, I was going to go live when I woke up because now I'm starting to forget what it was about. Because I feel like when I was reading it, it was like slow and steady progress. Like, it's understandable if we feel a certain type of way about whatever, because the Three of Swords was there. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it was like we were steadily moving forward. But maybe it was something that was like, oh, I don't remember. Yeah. So that was that. And I guess I'm gonna see if there's a 3-card spread in this Star Dragons deck. I can't find my glasses, so I got these. Ooh, there may not be the main deck and the generals. There are 28 full color cards in the main deck. I'm about to blow my nose. 1 second. Oh, you see the drip? All right. So I used to get bronchitis like every time the seasons changed, and then I stopped. And I think I stopped getting bronchitis every time the seasons changed because I was generally like more hydrated and more rested. Oof. Anyway, the Star Dragons Fantasy Oracle deck contains a total of 33 cards. The main deck is 28 full color cards, each depicting a humanoid figure referred to as the Herald and a dragon. Furthermore, each dragon is connected to an astronomical constellation, and each herald is connected to a specific star in that constellation, typically the most famous or brightest star. The generals, in addition, there are 5 monochrome cards with a unique design and backing. These 5 cards are referred to as the generals. The general cards also contain both a herald and a dragon. Likewise, both the heralds and dragons in each of these cards are connected to an astronomical constellation and a specific star in that constellation. So, I did notice that the card backs for some of them were different. The generals, the meetings. So are there no... Oh, here's a 3-card spread. Kinda. What's this? Card 1. Oh. I'm going to do the Herald. Well, I'll do Constellation. It is the Star Dragons Oracle cards. I saw it on Amazon and I had to get it. Ooh. So we're going to do the Herald, the Dragon. No, the Constellation, the Herald, and the Dragon. So, excuse me, for the Constellation. The Constellation is healing, restoring hope. The Herald is transformation, defining yourself. And the Dragon is number 28, surrender. Letting go of the darkness. Bottom of the deck is 14, understanding, looking at both sides. I feel like I got a 1428 recently. Because I was like, oh, 14 is half of 28. Probably going to have to do a little Googling because I don't know nothing about constellations. I don't know nothing about most constellations. The constellation is Pegasus. Oh, okay. The constellation is Pegasus. The wisdom of the herald is: who are you? Who do you choose to be? Take a moment to decide and define who you are and what you would like to be. For neither are set in stone, but continuously grow as you define and refine your presence. And then the wisdom of the dragon. Oh, this is so annoying. I got another drippy drop. Ugh. Gosh. The wisdom of the dragon is: your constellation shined brightly under the cloak of night, but now it is time to surrender to an even brighter radiance as the starlight pours forth in the dawn of the horizon. Surrender your light to merge with the power of a greater force. As you realize all this lies within you, lose yourself to gain the world. Interesting. Ooh, it is warm. I feel like these glasses don't really help. So the constellation is Pegasus. Pegasus being the winged horse. Disney's Hercules, a gift from Zeus to his son Hercules. I'll do some Pegasus constellation meaning. So transformation, I guess it feels like it's a little bit of that Three of Swords, Knight of Pentacles energy, in the sense of like the way that we see ourselves in the Three of Swords and how it can be limited. And I don't think I showed any of the cards. Maybe I did. That's healing. That's the constellation. This is the Herald. This is the Dragon. What's interesting about this card, though, is that it feels like a redefining of self because it's this silvery dragon with like these crimson extremities, head and like feet. Oh, look. Well, I guess Pegasuses don't necessarily have horns, but it is looking a little unicorny. Seems like the very forces of the universe will conspire to have your redefinition be um, recognized. Pegasus is the seventh largest constellation in the sky. Belongs to the Perseus family of constellations, along with Andromeda, Auriga, Cassiopeia, Cepheus, Cetus, Lacerta, Perseus, and Triangulum. Ouch. That's not going to help me much. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What tarot cards can I use with this? You know what? I'm gonna pair these dragons with one of these dragons. These dragons don't have constellations, though, or heralds. So maybe I'll just get one dragon then. Are these roughly the same size? These are like exactly the same size. Well, roughly the same size. I am going to combine them. Okay, let's get one more. Choice. And bottom of the deck is effort. Didn't even matter that I grabbed another deck. Understanding consequences. You see how like it's these two and then these two and then at the top there's like these two. It's like a series of choices. And then effort, conquering your demons at the bottom of the deck. I love that card. Oof, it's getting a little toasty. Which is great because I guess the chill is gone, but I kind of don't mind having chills because I like being cold and then I snuggle up under the blankets. This is so annoying. 1 second. I'm going to blow my nose. The nostril that is drippy is the one that's congested. And I don't even have any sinus medicine, but I got cold and flu and an allergy. It's fine. I know. I'm actually feeling like probably the best today. Like my chest is sore from I haven't even been coughing that much. Oh, thank you. I appreciate energetic chicken soup. Um, like my throat isn't as scratchy and burny. It's like when I cough, if I can clear whatever is whatever, then I'll be good for X amount of time. So I'm doing better. But yeah, last time I got an extended weekend, I had power, but the city lost power, so my family was over here. And now this long weekend, I get sick. Might be time for a peppermint though. So we get to make a choice of who we want to be and how we see ourselves. And ugh, I think my throat is getting scratchy because I haven't been talking this much though. With Pegasus, Pegasus is a horse, but it's a winged horse. So there is an energy of almost a continuum because the horses move along the ground. Well, I guess it would be like this. I don't know. I'm trying to do 4 legs. It ain't. Looks like a spider or something. But since it has wings, it has this ability to like create these chasms or to create these gaps. It becomes a lot more quantum. But excuse me. I feel like quantum isn't necessarily the word. It just becomes able to transcend. It's not bound by the same earthen laws as a landlocked horse is, or even a horse that's like crossing water because they can swim. There's this ability to become something completely brand new. But with transformation and choice, it's like we have to be the ones to decide to do it. There is an energy of like realizing and understanding how bright we were for what we've gone through and surrender. Excuse me. And surrenders dragon's wisdom, but it's to become even brighter, to surrender to an even greater starlight to come. So this is interesting. It's almost like, I don't know. I don't know if it's an influence of like the Pisces full moon because it's feeling like Piscean levels of delusion. Like you'd have to be like Neptune delusional. Well, it seems that from an old perspective, you'd have to be like Neptune level of delusional to believe that you could be. Excuse me. My throat's getting so dry. 1 second. We'll go get something to drink. All right. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but liquids aren't irritating my throat today. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now somebody's cutting grass, but I think I'm far enough that the cut grass smell won't irritate my allergies. Anyway, um, it is almost like, from a certain perspective, vantage point, and viewpoint, you'd have to be like full on Piscean, full on Neptune levels of delusional to think or believe that some of these things could come to pass. But the cards are saying it's possible. And I think that's part of that surrender. Um, Surrendering to a greater, brighter light. And it's interesting that in this card in particular, that the Herald is so much bigger than the Dragon. Because as you can see, Now, in the choices card, they're kind of sort of comparable because this also feels like the Herald. Like this is the Herald, but this is like also the Herald, and he's like standing on his own third eye, or he's standing on his crown, but you can see the third eye. Like they're both immense, but in these other ones, well, yeah, they're like at least more of the same size. But in this one, like the Herald is huge compared to the little dragon. I guess that's it. Under effort number 7, conquering your demons, we have the Emerald Dragon. Brings in healing and cosmic abundance. Good fortune is coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. And under that is legacy, persistence. Now, legacy, no, never mind. I thought legacy was one of the. Oh, and then Kuan Yin's pink dragon. Oh, gosh. Drippy, drippy, drip, drip. Drippy, drippy. Drip, drip, drip. I almost got a shot in celebration of your birthday. Oh, it's a pillar. So yeah, I guess that's it. A quick little live. And it's like, don't be afraid to dream audaciously. Audaciously. Audacity, audacious. To dream audaciously. Especially if there's something inside or if there's something internal that makes it seem or feel to be very like possible. But it's like, and maybe that was part of the moon card too. It's like your intuition may give you a what, but it won't necessarily give you a how. And it's not for us to worry about the how. Like we make choices and decisions. We put in the effort that is for us to put in to get that what to happen. And then the universe will see through coincidence and synchronicity and fated chances and encounters that the why and the how and everything else will sort of come to be. Is that a moon? No, it's not. It's just like gray. Let's pull a from a card. Why not? Why not? Oof. I'm so like worried about going back to work because I'm like, I work in a food manufacturing place. I don't feel comfortable being up on the lines. So tomorrow, I think I'm gonna take tomorrow off anyway. You know, like ew. Yeah, no thanks. I wouldn't be surprised if Ash comes out because I think there's a dragon in Ash. But let's just see. The Fruma. The Fruma. Maybe. Oop, there we go. Fell right on my lap. Bottom of the deck is Witchcraft, which is Witchcraft, Sorcery, and Elder number 65. Not surprised. The card that fell out is in reverse Gar Troth. Spirit Truth. Spirit Troth, right? Yes, Spirit Troth. 3365. I don't know. It's almost like part of the Witchcraft is to make a choice or decision. It's like to declare something to be in a certain way. And then the world, the universe aligns to make it so. And I think a lot of times, maybe it depends on um, our being in totality, the totality of our being. Like, we can say something or we can declare something, but not necessarily fully believe it. And what comes to pass is the thing that we most believe. Or is this a new thing? Or is it like dependent upon like circumstances? You know what I mean? And maybe because again, it's like the herald is standing on the third eye of its higher self or whatever, that its choices and decisions carry more weight because the dragon comes from the hand of the herald rather than it being sort of like the other way around. But look at the herald in this deck, like in that card in particular. Gotta wipe my nose. Give me 1 second. If you can see it. Ah! Sorry. It just ran into my mustache. Gross. But yeah, I guess that's it. And maybe it's the authority, the power in which we stand in our choices, or in which we believe in the efforts. Or I mean, effort involves conquering your demons. So maybe conquering your demons is the thing that absolves or gets rid of doubt or any of those internal things that would stand against the things that we're manifesting, to put ourselves in greater alignment with that which we wish to bring forth. But yeah, it's almost like it's a witchcraft of intention with the troth of Gar. I don't know. It's interesting. So, you know, I'm obviously not feeling 100% today. So take it as it resonates. Green Gold Dragon from Sirius brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology, be a transmitter of sacred knowledge is at the top of the deck. Was she emerald? Yeah, it was an emerald dragon that was at the bottom. Green, gold, emerald dragons. The green card here is this surrender. You see it's green down there. Interesting. Sure. Now I guess I'll get final cards. Oof. Then I'll probably go back to sleep. I've been like really getting into resting lately. I mean, I don't really have a choice. Maybe that was the point. Interesting. No, I'm into resting. I'm into resting. I love to rest. Oh gosh. It's just like Draining, which is great. Maybe I shouldn't complain because better it drains and gets out of my system than like to stay in my system. You know what I mean? Better out than in is what Shrek always says. Solid as a rock. Voodoo. All right. We're going to get a Dragon Oracle card first. Ooh. Even though we didn't see too many of them, we still used the deck. But I don't use this deck too often. It's probably because I don't. Oh, there we go. The Orange Gold Dragon from Arcturus. Ooh, Arcturian Dragon opens you to knowledge for the new Golden Age. Carry the energy of the future. Be a guiding light. Be a guiding light for the energy of the future. Interesting. I'd say that fits. Bottom of the deck is Thor's Red, Black, and Gold Dragon. Protects you in times of change. A time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you are safe. So protection during a time of rapid transition and transformation while also coming into this new golden era. New golden age. Oh my gosh, imagine that. Cool, love it. This don't got a string thing? That's not. I guess it does not. The Star Dragons are Los Caraballo. I like Los Caraballo. I had a thought of combining them with the Mausolea Oracle of Souls. Sure. Let's see. So, 33 cards. Let's see. All right. Final card from the Star Dragons. Oh, there we go. And it is one that I don't think I've gotten before. It's another green one. And it's protection. Okay. Protection. Finding what's important. Protection seems to be the theme amidst the time of great change. Bottom of the deck is Transcendence, achieving success. Protection and transcendence. Very similar energies to the other one. You're protected in this transcendence. Protection in a time of great rapid transformation. You see how like there's this fire that's like sort of starting down here, or there's this like golden ember energy that's like starting, and then in this one it's like re-emerging from the flames. Ooh. Giving me like, I think people would call him like a dark feminine goddess type of energy. But she's like very gentle and loving and sweet on one side, but on the other side of the coin, she's also very like fiery and destructive. And yeah. She ain't the lady to mess with. Where's the book? Here's the book. Claw. And then we'll get the final Lafruma. We'll get the final Lafruma. Cutting to Elks. Protection. Mine too. Love to see. Elkies. Elkies. Elks or Elkies? Okay. Lafruma. Oh, it's dripping. It's a drip drop dripping. I feel like I need a better solution. I'm gonna run out my whole box of tissues. Uh, okay. Oh, we got Candle Daystar. Bottom of the deck is at burst in. Let the light out. I feel like that's low key giving me that surrender energy. It's giving me surrender vibes, like letting the greater starlight out or whatever. Candle and Condo, Hot and Balder, the micro and macro two locks on one door. Two flames, not the same, but lit from one match. The mortal lighted in Midgard burns as a candle here, yet blazes immortal as ether there. We guard our delicate light from being blown out again and again and again. Know you are eternally ignited. Two elven keys are required to unlock the door back to there. Trust your flickering wick holds your flame, hail and sure. And then at burst in tension, creaks and arches as the ancient Yubo suppresses rayless tortures endured for eons. The arrow's shelf only holds so long. Even when the serving point is pulled tight and knuckled back, fastened hearts demand their liberation. The taut bowstring knows this foe obsessive pairing will eventually break free from its narcissist fist. At some point, it will burst out and flee the archer's control. Fletcher's gift arrows feathers to sail safely away, flying alone to target a new home. So there's mention of Balder and Hod, and also here's the bow that Hod used to kill Balder. Oh, Earth Magen. What was that? What was that? Okay, so Earth Magen is behind Atberston, and then who? Windhorn and Gare fell on the floor to reveal Alcensis. So Alcensis with thy earthly power and this Atberston of the candle, which is all very interesting, of course. Um, because with Uhl and Atberston, it feels like a way to engage or use one's earthly power that it's almost counterintuitive, or um, one wouldn't necessarily like expect it. It's not necessarily straightforward. And then Hod is behind Earth Magen because Hod is behind Uhl. Hod was blind, and then Uhl is Alcensis, seeing without sight. Um, maybe this is just like the path will be different for everyone, or maybe it's just like there's no necessarily one set way to go about engaging one's earthly power. It comes from within. And maybe it's because we don't all have the same um, limitations or blockages. Because with Candle, it's like it's to shine brightly, but we don't necessarily all dim for the same reasons. So maybe that's why it's different. I don't know. But with Uhl and that Earth mission behind Atverston, it does feel like not necessarily what you think. It feels kind of counterintuitive or not like communicated. It may be one of those things where it's like, even if you try to communicate how to do it, it's such a felt experience that it would be difficult. It makes me think of an anime where there's a character that's trying to tell another character how to do something, and they're like, well, first you like boom, and then you bam, and then like they make a whole bunch of noises to communicate how to do something, and the other person is like, what are you talking about? How do I boom and bam? Like, what does that mean? Until they do it, and then they're like, yeah, it's like boom and then bam. It's like it's one of those, like, you kind of got to do it to really get a sense of it types of things. I don't know. But this is apparently what the cards saw fit to bring out today. A whole bunch of, trust your intuition, guidance, discernment as you move forward. Know that as things come to you, while they may not have been possible for some time, times are changing rapidly. Times are rapidly changing. And you are protected in this time of change, and you will shine differently than you did before. And yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thanks, Eve, for sticking it out with me. I feel like I've gotten enough talking done for, this is the most I've talked. I mean, I guess I haven't had a reason to talk for the past few days because I texted my mom and everybody else, but I have been at work. Anyway, I hope you all have an amazing whenever you see this. I hope you're acting on meant to make all that you wish to experience your reality. I low-key feel like there's something else, but maybe it's just because this video isn't 3 hours long. I'll catch you when I catch you. I'm trying to think of the last few things that came out on this channel. I remember the lion coming out over here in a way that was different than it came out on the other channel. And I remember energies falling from above the waterfall, or it's like it was a seed that was falling from a higher dimension, and it could only bloom in an environment that was similar to the one that it came from. And that makes me think of something that I talked about today. Maybe that's that like higher self, higher light. Did one of those dragons mention a blueprint, a higher soul blueprint or something like that? Maybe that's that higher self energy. I don't know. Like the example that just came to mind it was like a paragon of, I feel like it came as a paragon of abundance. Like someone whose higher self is a paragon of abundance, or someone whose higher self is associated with energies of abundance. But it reads and it plays out in the 3D as like someone who's very generous and someone who has the resources to be very generous. I mean, that would make them like a paragon of generosity, you would think, rather than a paragon of abundance. But who am I? I'm just some dude who pulls paper and plastic and ink. So, yeah, I'll see ya when I see ya. And Eve, and for anyone else who watches this at whatever point, for me, I see me all the time. But this iteration, this version of me, I'll see when I watch this video back, if I ever do.